Here in Washington, the Senate has moved expeditiously in passing a $95 billion aid package for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. The much-awaited measure for Kyiv has been approved after being held up for more than 6 months due to political deadlock by House Republican leaders.
Tonight, after more than 6 months of hard work and many twists and turns in the road, America sends a message to the entire world. We will not turn our back on you. Tonight, we tell our allies, we stand with you. We tell our adversaries, don't mess with us. We tell the world, the United States will do everything to safeguard democracy and our way of life. This bill is one of the most consequential measures Congress has passed in years to protect America's security and the future, the very future of Western democracy. And after overcoming a lot of opposition, tonight Congress finishes the job.
For months, our friends have watched to see whether America still had the strength that won the Cold War or the resolve that has underpinned peace and prosperity literally for decades. Our enemies have tested whether the arsenal of democracy is, in fact, built to endure. Well, tonight, the Senate will send a clear message.
Now, just minutes after the vote, President Joe Biden said that he would sign the bill into law as early as today. He added that Washington plans to send the first batch of weapons and equipment to Ukraine as early as this week. The legislation provides $61 billion worth of military aid to the war-torn nation, and Ukraine is expected to receive air defense systems as well as mid to long-range missiles. The United States will also deliver artillery shells as Kyiv prepares for a summer onslaught by Russia. Now, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has thanked Senate leaders and President Biden for their support. President Zelensky said, quote, "This vote reinforces America's role as a beacon of democracy and the leader of the free world," end quote. Meanwhile, Russia's defense minister has pledged to intensify attacks on Ukraine, particularly on facilities that will store the weapons provided by NATO.
In proportion to the threats posed by the United States and its allies, we will continue to improve the composition and structure of the armed forces and increase the production of the most popular weapons and military equipment. We will increase the intensity of attacks on logistics centers and storage bases for Western weapons.
The United States has approved the bill at a time when Ukraine is suffering heavy losses in the ongoing war with Russia. Meanwhile, Russian forces have made significant advances in eastern Ukraine, forcing President Zelensky's troops to retreat. But major questions still remain. Will the aid be enough for Kyiv to turn the tide, or has Congress acted too late, and will Vladimir Putin's forces retain the upper hand? From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.